Guys, welcome back to another Big Al's Real Fighting videos. Thank you for tuning in. Now, this video is all about kicks and how they can be used defensively, so defensive kicks, okay? Now, kicks can be used very aggressively to do damage, like the roundhouse kick coming straight in to damage typically above the right knee when used in Muay Thai. You can hit higher, of course, to the head if you can reach that high, or to the body to hit the ribs or the arm, like you've probably seen in my full contact sparring part 3. I actually kicked the guy so hard in the arm it actually puts him down. But typically when you throw a roundhouse kick aggressively, it will be coming in low because it's harder to catch. However, kicks cannot just be used aggressively. As I say, they can be used defensively, and in fact kicks are probably the best form of defense that you have. My attitude with martial arts and approach to martial arts is I always try and look at it and go, well, yes, I want defense, but I want defense that leads itself into an attack or is in itself an attack, because sometimes the best form of defense is offense. If they give you a problem to think about, give them a problem that is twice as worse as what they're giving you to think about, okay? Make them hesitate, make them make mistakes, and kicks are one of those ways that you can do that when defending yourself. And the simple reason is that these, your legs, are longer than knees, your arms, and most people in fights, be it street fights or ring fights, will fight with their hands. They will punch you. Very few people will try to kick you because most people don't know how to kick, and if they do try and kick you, it'll be a punt. It'll be like a soccer kick, you know, a football kick. They'll just try and kick you with their toes. If they do that, they're going to break their foot. Let them kick you with their toes, not a problem, okay? It's only people who have been trained on how to throw a proper kick that might consider using it, and even then, they probably won't use it because for some reason the primal brain, I'm the same whenever I've been in a street fight, just resorts primarily to hitting you with the fists. It must be human instinct to hit with the fists rather than the feet and legs. And I suppose it's because of fear of you losing balance or being grabbed and taken down with your leg. I don't know what it is, but legs, if you can keep your cool, you can keep your discipline, can be a very good way of defending yourself. Simply just because of the physical aspect of it. They're longer than your arms and so have a greater reach. And that's why they're so useful defensively, because you can hit them, but they can't hit you unless they start using kicks as well. Okay, now there are two defensive kicks that I'm sort of more aware of. Okay, one I would say I'm a kind of master of, without using that as out of context, but I have done thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of these kicks, both aggressively and defensively, because this is a kick that you can use to initiate an attack with. Okay, and that is because it is a Muay Thai kick, and it's called the teep in Muay Thai, or the front kick in karate and other martial arts, or in English essentially, it's called front kick. In Thai, it's called teep. Okay, and if you go and watch any Thai fight, professional Thai fight, you'll hear teep, teep, teep from the corner, and that is the corner saying, look, use your front kick, use your front kick, and I'll tell the fighter to do that when they're under pressure, just to try and buy their fighter some time. So it is used very defensively within Muay Thai, but again, there are attacks that can come off it, so it can be used to initiate attack. Now what the teep is, and that's what I'm going to call it from now on, the teep. So if you hear teep, think front kick, okay? It's just where you lift your knee up to roughly sort of perpendicular to your weight-bearing leg, which is your back leg. Okay, this is your lead leg, and you just extend outwards, like so. Okay, and it's more of a push rather than just a sort of, you're not kicking them with your toes, okay, you're hitting them with the balls of the feet. Okay, so balls of the feet, I'm just trying to get my foot into question, here we go, is around here, so it's just underneath the toes, so not the heel, the balls of the feet. That is what you're trying to hit with, okay? You can hit with the heel, but Muay Thai fighters would hit with the balls of the foot. Pankration or Pankration fighters don't really do this kick, but what you'll notice is the next kick I'm going to show you is a Pankration move. Their kicks are typically with the heel of the foot. Okay, either one would do, but traditionally you hit with the balls of the feet simply because it's got better range. Okay, and if I was to do this full speed, and as I say, I'm in my jeans. Jeans are not ideal for the front kick. Okay. But I still want to show you that you still can perform it, but you can't go perhaps as high as you normally would. Normally, you're aiming for the belly of the person. There is no problem hitting the upper thigh. You certainly don't want to hit the shin. Okay, so this is a sort of range of the area of where you want to hit. The higher up it is, the more damaging it is to the opponent when it hits. It's going to hurt if it hits up here because you've got ribs and you can break like the floating ribs and stuff if you hit here. And the stomach, if you hit here, it's like the solar plexus and that, it can stun them. Lower belly, it hurts. It's not going to stun them, but it is going to push them away. Here, it's more going to stop them in their tracks because as they step towards you, bang, it can put them away and it can damage their leg as well. But ideally, around the sort of hip region is where you're looking in a street fight because your clothes may limit you to this height. You can't get much higher in jeans, and also as well as this, the higher up you go, the easier it is to grab. Now most people are not going to be able to grab you in a street fight because they don't really know what they're doing, but by sheer adrenaline they might just flail out and catch your leg. So when you perform this move, it must be quick and precise to the point. If you can't do it quickly, if you can't do it then fast, then don't do it because there's too much to risk. And this is why kicks are not used more often than not in street fights. As I say, most people will come in with punches because it's more natural to come in with punches, but also because they don't know how to throw a good kick. Only throw a kick once you're confident in your ability to do so. So you start off like that and go like that, okay? So full speed it would be like that, okay? Okay, and you can see how it would be hitting around about here on me, okay? I can go a little higher, okay? You can see as I go higher, it's a little slower to extend it out also, okay? That's why going low is more than acceptable. A good place to hit with the front kick is actually the knee, just above the knee or around the knee, because that is a disabling blow. If they're coming in and they're stepping in towards you, okay, like that, either they're trying to take you down or they're throwing in a punch, they're trying to throw in a big power blow, or even better, they've got their legs straight and they're just trying to flail at you, okay, this is a great move. Because if they're coming towards you, either with a takedown or a big punch, because they know what they're doing, they know their footwork, and they know if they get their body weight behind it, they're going to hurt. This can actually, either, if you catch them slightly on the outside of the knee, bring their knee in and take them down. Outside of the knee, or just push them away, or the front of the knee, or just push them up, keep them in place. Okay? But if they've got straight legs, or relatively straight legs, you can break the leg if you strike just above the knee. Okay? So it's a very dangerous blow. If you hit the hip, it's simply going to push them away on the side of the hip that you hit. So typically you would hit the right hand side of the hip if you're throwing your left leg, and that would push them off like that. So if they're going in with a big punch, all of a sudden they're off balance. So it's a very good defensive technique. Okay? And so I'll show you again. Okay, so I'm going up here and I'm kind of pushing outwards like that. So it's less of an extension, but more of a push and extension at the same time. Okay? Okay? You can do it with both legs. You can come off the back leg. That's less defense and more offense, and we'll get into how to do that in a more offensive kick video. But defensively, I'll show you how it is. So you're on the back foot, you're going backwards, okay? You can throw it whilst moving backwards quite easily. So you can still, try and get out of the fight. Mate, I don't want to fight, They're coming in, I don't want to fight you. And they start to get the warning blow then. So you can do it whilst moving backwards. And that's why it's so useful. How to turn it into an offensive kick? Very hard in jeans, because it's actually a lot harder to throw roundhouse kicks with jeans, especially as I've got my wallet in there and my mobile phone at the moment. As I say, I wanted to be as realistic as possible, but you can throw a roundhouse kick still very easily in jeans. Just be aware that you might tear them, but in a fight, who cares? Okay, so roundhouse kick, this is not a defensive kick, but it's the kick that feeds off the front kick. So if they're coming towards you, because as soon as you see how as soon as I place the foot on the ground, that essentially sets me up for that. So if I do it slowly, okay, 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 and that first kick stuns them, and the next one comes in and you typically again aim for just above the knee with a roundhouse kick, a Muay Thai roundhouse kick. So that's the basics on Muay Thai defence regards defensive kicks. However, today, well the last few days, I've been learning a kick that is within Pomachum Pancration that is very defensive. That was the inspiration for this video. In fact, I have a video on here showing me doing the basic sort of drill of walking along and practicing it, and that's the reality, guys. If you want to get good at a kick, if you need to be confident with a kick, you just have to keep practicing it. Same with punches. Whatever technique you want to learn, you've got to do it 1,000 times 1,000 times. Yeah, repetition is the key. That's why you see in China and Japan and that, when everyone's doing the katas and all the rest of it, they're doing it together and they're repeating it, so it becomes muscle memory. But the defensive kick from Pomachum Pancration is actually a variation of a move that I know from Muay Thai, and that's a stamp kick. In Muay Thai, it comes off the right leg, and it's about one of the most offensive kicks you can do, because you just go in bang, like this, okay? You step forwards in Muay Thai and bang. Now you could use the Muay Thai kick defensively to a point. If you know that someone's coming in for you, bang, like that, and you would aim again just above the knee, and you would try and hit a 45-degree angle and try to break the knee. If you can't get to the knee, or you don't want to get to the knee, you can go for the shin, okay? And Muay Thai fighters like to hit again with the balls of the foot, typically, or slightly lower down with this case. But I would personally recommend the Pomachum way of hitting, which is with the heel of the foot. Okay, so if I bring my foot up towards the back of the foot, okay, you lose a bit of range, but you gain a lot more power. Bang, and you stamp it in. Obviously, it is far better to do this in the street than it is in the ring, because typically you'll be wearing shoes, and that will add to the power, well, to the damage that the kick will do, because you're not worrying about hurting your foot. Okay. However, the Pomachum Pancration version of this kick is defensive, and it's purely defensive. I would rarely use this in an offensive manner, apart from when I'm in the clinch. Say I'm in a Muay Thai clinch, I could try and bring it in, and I have tried to do that in some of the sparring sessions recently, but it's a little awkward. Okay. So, and this whole move is awkward, and so I will be practicing it every day to perfect it. So bear in mind, guys, I'm not an expert of this like I am the Muay Thai techniques, but ultimately it's the same attack, except the stamp is coming off the left leg. I'm right-handed, so if you're southpaw, it'll be coming off the right leg. If you're orthodox like me, it'll be coming off the left leg. And all you do is you don't even need to step. You're on your back foot, so it's a bit like the front kick. Okay, I'm on my back leg. You can lift the leg up, just like you would in the front kick if you want, but instead of extending the leg and getting range, you simply bring it down in a stamping fashion. Okay, so you come in bang, like that. Okay, okay, so, okay, you can see that even though I've not had a lot of time to practice it, I've already developed that little kind of bit of a snap that you need to it. So bear in mind, most kicks you need to be quick with. These kind of stamp kicks you don't need to be so quick with. They're not going to be caught. So these are much easier to throw in a street fight, or even in the ring, than any other type of kick, because you don't have to worry about them getting caught. They're too low to get caught. It's only kicks that sort of get to this region, like the front kick can, the roundhouse can, that you need to worry about getting caught. And that's why I love these moves, because they are so dangerous, because you can go all out and not worry about getting your foot caught and getting dragged to the ground, okay? Or getting your foot caught in someone's t-shirt, for example. If you get it caught here, I've had it at times when I've been sparring, when I've kicked someone, my foot will just get tangled in their t-shirt, and I'll be grabbed by their t-shirt rather than by the hands. Okay, so that's why I always recommend whenever you throw kicks in a real life fighting situation, you keep them low. Okay, roundhouses go low, front kicks are the highest kick you'll throw, and they sort of typically end up around here. Here at the highest, but better to be here. And stamp kicks can be to the shin or to the knee. Okay, they can go to the shin without any problem. Okay, but bear in mind, so that the Parmesan Pancratium attack is a more defensive one than the Muay Thai, because with the Muay Thai kick, first of all, there's not as much range with it. Things that have good range are typically good defensive moves. Because it's coming off the back foot, the Muay Thai stamp doesn't have much range, and so it's much more suited to close range sort of stuff. When you're in the clinch, bang, come in and take the legs out, okay? Or within sort of jabbing range, bang, okay? But with the Parmesan one, there's a bit of a better range to it, okay? But also you don't actually have to step with it. You can just go straight off your back leg. So very much again like the teep, where you don't step for the lead leg, only step for the back leg when you really hit them hard. Okay, there's no step. Just like that, the Parmesan Pancratium stamp is simply, they're there, you take the leg out, okay? Now I like to keep mobile on my feet, so they might look like there's a step, but I'm actually stopping just before I throw it. And it's such a simple kick, a basic kick that needs to practice to be fast and precise, and you need to know where to hit. But it could just be the kick that saves your life if you find yourself in a dangerous situation. Someone's coming with you at you with a knife, or they're just about to punch you. Take them out. They hit the ground. Muay Thai stomp to kick to the head. You take the leg out, and then like that. Double tap just to be sure. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you for watching. There will be plenty more videos to come. That's my cue to finish. See you soon.